Today I'm going to be showing you how to put your game audio, your personal audio, and your Skype audio all on separate channels so that you can edit them all separately in post. Please watch the entire video before you try this so that you don't mess up your audio and get stuck, but don't worry, it's not that hard, and even if you do get stuck and your audio is not working, then just go into playback devices and set normal settings back to default. What this video aims to fix is this. You know how when you're watching a gameplay video with a host and another player on Skype, and whenever they both talk at the same time, the host drowns out the other player? Well, we're going to fix that by putting the game audio, your audio, and their audio all on separate channels so that they won't be drowned out in post. What we'll need is video capture software, check. Personal audio recording software, check. And Voicemeeter Pro, also known as Voicemeeter Banana. So I'll leave it up to you guys to get personal audio recording software. Audacity works, it's free, easy to use. I'm going to be using Bandicam, but I'll leave it up to you to get whatever you want to use for video capture software. But now I'm going to show you how to get Voicemeeter, the program. So go ahead, get into your browser, search, preferably on Google, Voicemeeter, all one word. And you're going to see the site VB Audio. That's where we're going. Now there are two versions of Voicemeeter. Voicemeeter Standard, it's the picture of the one right here, where my mouse is, and Voicemeeter Banana, also known as Voicemeeter Pro. This is the version we need because the standard version does not have the features we need. Pretty sure anyway. So once you're on this page, scroll on down, past all this intimidating looking help, and here we have the download buttons. Now here we have a zip package and the exe file. We're going to get the exe file. Go ahead and start the download. Now this is donationware. They let you have the program totally for free, and in return they ask that if you like the program and you want to keep it, that you go ahead and donate some money to them. I personally donated $25. So anyway, now that we've got it downloaded, you can exit out of the browser here, and you'll have this program to run. Now I can't show you the installation process because I'm actually using the program right now, so I can't install it while I'm using it. So you're just going to have to take my word on the next few steps. What you're going to do is double click to run it. It's going to say, do you want to allow this program to make changes to your computer? You are going to say yes. And then you're going to be met with a special Voicemeeter installation window with a big button in the bottom right that says install. And you're going to click that. Now during this process, while it's installing, it's going to give you another pop-up window that says, the program is attempting to install a audio driver, do you want to allow this? And you're going to say yes. And then you're going to get a second window that also says it's trying to install an audio driver by a slightly different name, and you're also going to say yes to this. So it's going to install two audio drivers. You're going to need both for this to work. Once that happens, you're going to need to restart your computer for all these changes to take effect. So, restart your computer. Voicemeeter is installed. Let's get to business. The first thing we're going to need to do is go into playback devices. You can do that by finding it down here in your toolbar. Find a little speaker icon, right click it and say playback devices. Click on that. You can also get here by going into control panel, scrolling down and finding sound. They both lead to the same place, so it doesn't matter which one you use. Now, as you can see, I have my speakers here. This is what my computer would normally use if I weren't using Voicemeeter. And down here we have Voicemeeter aux input and Voicemeeter input. Now you're going to have to tell Voicemeeter which device to use as default, so we need to pick one of these two. Voicemeeter input or Voicemeter auxiliary. It doesn't actually matter which one you pick, but for the purpose of this video, I'm going to pick the main one rather than the auxiliary. To do that, you click on one, you click set as default. I'm not going to do that because it's going to mess up my audio if I do. And once it's set, you'll see the green check mark right next to the one you've selected. So that's how you know it's good. Once you're done there, you can go ahead and close sound. And let's open up Voicemeeter. Now if Voicemeeter isn't running already, then you could probably find it by just going into your Windows search and typing in BAN. Should go ahead and find it right there for you. So that should work pretty well. Go ahead and run it, and you'll be met with this, Voicemeeter Banana. So the first thing we need to do is go over here and tell it which device to use as the speakers. We have A1, 2, and 3. We're going to select A1, and it's going to give us this drop-down list. Now these are all the possible devices we can use. Now if you'll notice, there are two lists really. There's WDM, marking several things, and MME, also marking several things, and you'll notice that they repeat. We have digital audio SPDIF, and we also have MME, digital audio SPDIF. For the intents of this video, we're going to use WDM. Now, MME should work, but it tends to produce more latency in your audio. You'll have a longer delay between your microphone and the recording, so we'll stick with WDM. Now, if you're not really sure which audio device you should set, then go ahead into your playback devices. Do this before you install Voicemeeter Banana. That's why I told you to watch the whole video first, and see which audio device you have set as default. Because you'll notice these are the ones I used to have as default: speakers, high definition audio device, and that's what I have set in A1, speakers, high definition audio device. So make sure you have it set to what your default was before you installed Voicemeeter. Now you'll notice that here on the left we have 3 channels that all appear to be the same, and for all intents and purposes they are. Hardware input 1, hardware input 2, hardware input 3. Now it doesn't matter which one you use, but for this video I'll just use the left one, input 1. Now you'll see this little bit of text here that says select input device. That's what you'll see over here under number 1 before you've selected a device. So you'll click there, and it will give you a drop-down list of all available recording devices. You'll notice we also have the same repeat thing we had for the playback devices, WDM and MME. Again, we're going to select WDM. I'm not going to click it right here because it might mess me up. And once that is done, you may or may not see this bar start moving to show that you're recording audio. So what you have to do is go back into sound, except this time click recording devices. It's also a tab up here. You'll have playback and recording. And here you want to find your microphone and click it and say set as default like you did with your speakers. That way Voicemeeter knows what it's supposed to be listening to. Now if you're not using a microphone, then you can go ahead and ignore the last step. Now I'm going to try to explain a few things about all these buttons, the A1, the B1s, all the various channels here. Now it may not make sense with my explaining it and not being able to interact with you. So if you have any comments or questions, just leave them down in the comment section below, but please wait till the end of the video to ask your questions. Now what we've done is tell Voicemeeter which devices to use as default. Now any column or audio channel with the A1 button illuminated will play its audio through whatever devices we assign to A1 over here by the cassette tape. If we had a device assigned to A2 or A3, then we could turn on the corresponding A2, A3 buttons to select which devices we want to play what audio. But since we only have one audio device, we need only bother with A1. Likewise, any channel with B1 or B2 selected will play its audio to any program set to record from that channel. I'm sure that didn't make much sense, but let me demonstrate with Skype here. Now we have Skype open. You're going to go to your Tools, Options, and Audio Settings. Now we're going to have to set this so that it will listen to Voicemeeter rather than come directly from your microphone. So for microphone, you can select, you'll see 2 options, Voicemeeter Output and Voicemeeter Auxiliary Output. Now, Voicemeeter Auxiliary Output corresponds to B2 on these columns, and the main one corresponds to B1. So we're going to leave it at Auxiliary Output, so that way it will record from B2, because B1 is actually being used by my personal audio recording software, but more on that later. So I'm going to show you with the echo sound test how this works. I do not have B2 illuminated, which means that my voice here on the left is not being broadcast into Skype because it is specifically listening to the B2 channel. Allow me to demonstrate with the echo sound test.
Hello, welcome to Skype call testing service. After the beep, please record a message. Afterwards, your message will be played back to you.
Now I'm going to talk as per request. but it's not going to play anything back because Skype does not hear anything because of how Voicemeeter is set up, as you can plainly tell. Now let's do that again with B2 illuminated. Now this time it can hear me because my B2 is selected, so it's broadcasting to Skype that is specifically listening to the Voicemeeter auxiliary input or output. Now this time it can hear me because my B2 is selected, so it's broadcasting to Skype that is specifically listening to the Voicemeeter auxiliary input. Yes, lovely. Now you can even use this to play any audio you want through Skype. See, we have 3 audio recording channels, and these 2 channels here are audio playback. So when you hear a sound through your computer, when you play music, play games, they come through one of these 2 channels. And we can actually use that to play things through Skype. And don't worry, this is all going somewhere, I'm just goofing off to show you how this all works. So here we have some music. Let me turn it down. Get the Kevin MacLeod rolling here. And you'll see it's playing here through this left audio channel. You can set it to play through either one of these channels. In Tools, Options, Devices, Speakers, Properties, it is set to play through Default Audio Device, because the default audio device is the Voicemeeter standard input. Now, if it were playing through Voicemeeter auxiliary input, then it would play through this right channel over here. But since it's on the main one, it's going to play through the left one here. You can manually select it. It's set to play through the default, which is the left, or I can manually set it to play through Voicemeeter auxiliary input, the right one, or Voicemeeter standard input, which would be the left one. Now, it's okay on the main channel because that's the one that our game audio is recording. So, allow me to demonstrate the B1, B2 again. So, we're going to pay attention to the left channel because that's the channel that the music is going to be playing through. As you can see, neither B1 nor B2 is illuminated. So, Skype won't hear a thing when I play music. As you can see, all it picked up was my mouse clicks because I still had B2 illuminated, which I don't need to be illuminated. But now, if I select B2 here in the left channel where the music plays through, I can now play this into Skype. Typically, it sounds a little bit better than that when you're playing it to a friend. But, in summary, here's how it works. Anything with A1 selected will play any audio running through it, through the selected speakers that are selected for A1. Same as with A2 or A3 if we had devices for that. As for B1 and B2, they will broadcast their audio to any program that is set to record that audio specifically. Those would be audio capture software such as Audacity, or in this case also Skype. As you can see here in the audio settings, set to record Voicemeeter aux input. Now really quick about this cassette thing you see here. You notice it has 5 little red dots here in this little input thing. If you right click on that, we can set what this will record because it is audio recording software. Now you see I have input 1, input 2, input 3, virtual input, and virtual auxiliary. These all correspond to the 5 channels we have here. Input 1 is this one over here, input 2 is this one right here, input 3 is here, virtual input, and virtual auxiliary. Now, if you left click on any one of these, it'll be illuminated or turned off. So any one of these that is illuminated, that means it's going to record that audio. So if I click this right here, it will record my voice audio, or I could set it over here to record my game audio and my music audio, or I could even record both. And if you want, in fact, even if you don't want to, I'll demonstrate right now. And now it's going to pick up my voice because it is set to pick up my voice through this channel right here. It's set to record anything that comes through that channel, but it happens to be my voice that is playing through that channel. And now I have a little file right here. How delightful. And now it's going to pick up my voice because it is set to pick up my voice through this channel right here. Lovely. Now I can also use this to record my music or game audio, whatever I want. So if I select the virtual input like so, hit the record button. Now this time I'm going to be talking over the music. So my voice is going through Voicemeeter and so is the music, but the tape recorder is only set to record the music audio. Go ahead and stop that. Now as you can see, even though I was talking during that segment, it only picked up the music. I can also use this to record both at the same time to get really annoying. Now this time it's going to record my audio and also the music audio. Turn that down a little bit and talk over the music so I can demonstrate. Go ahead and stop that and that. Minimize. Turn that down a little bit and talk over the music so I can demonstrate. Go ahead. So there you go, you can record various things with that. Now to get down to the real business, recording Skype, personal audio, and game audio separately. So here's how it works. Your video capture software will record anything on the default channel. In playback devices here we have Voicemeeter standard rather than Voicemeeter aux set as default. So Bandicam will record any audio that comes through this left channel here. So what we're going to do is have Skype, which we want on a separate channel, play through the right channel. To do that, we go to Tools, Options, Audio Settings, and you'll see Speakers, which I forgot to mention earlier, are set to Voicemeeter Input, that's the left channel. We're going to set them to Voicemeeter aux Input, which is the right channel. And save that. Now, you're not going to hear this next bit of audio because Bandicam is only recording the left channel, and Skype is now on the right channel.
Hello, welcome to Skype call testing service. After the beep, please record a message. Afterwards, your message will be played back to you.
Now you could probably hear that just a little bit because it was playing through my headphones and then into the mic a little bit. And the reason I can hear it is because channel 2 has A1 selected. So that plays through A1 and into my headphones. But you guys didn't hear it directly because Bandicam was only recording the left channel while Skype was playing through the right channel. That way we can separate the audio. Now for your personal audio, you'll have that recorded by a second program or a third program depending on how you count it. So I have Audacity here recording my voice. It is set to pick up Voicemeeter output as opposed to auxiliary output. That means it picks up B1. Now in Skype, you'll notice I have it set. My microphone is aux output so that it picks up B2. That way I can choose if I want Skype to hear me and Audacity to hear me, or maybe just Audacity or just Skype, depending on how I have the B1 and B2 arranged. So we're actually all done here. We have Skype playing through the right channel. Typically I use this here tape recorder to record Skype audio. All of our game audio, which is going to be playing through the main channel here, will be recorded by Bandicam, and my personal audio will be recorded by Audacity. Allow me to demonstrate with a game. Oh. And another thing real quick. Your music player, you can also change which side this plays through by going to Options, Devices, Speakers, Properties, and set that to Voicemeeter Auxiliary Input. Apply, okay. And you're going to have to restart your music player for that to take effect. But with this in effect, I can actually record game audio while listening to music, and in post you'll only hear the game audio, so that I can listen to whatever I feel like and no one would know the difference, except normally I don't. So then, now that we have everything running as we need to, allow me to demonstrate by playing a game. A little bit of Killing Floor 2 here. Now, it's going to be a bit tricky, but I'm going to set the Echo Sound Test Service to run in the background. It's going to be recorded by this. Going to set that rolling. Start this, and the game.
Hello, welcome to Skype call testing service.
Well.
After the beep, please record a message. Afterwards, your message will be played back to you.
Of these separately.
After the beep, please record a message. Afterwards, your message will be played back to you.
But in post, I can edit all of these separately. Easy on the visual disturbances there, game. Minimize that. There we go. So, I just have everything now recorded on 3 separate audio channels. My personal audio is over here and will be saved to wherever I want it to be saved to. The game audio will be attached to the video I just recorded, and Skype audio will be recorded to this little cassette player, which saved its audio right here. On that note, to set where your cassette saves its files, right-click on the red rectangle, or orange rather, and set your target directory. You can also set the file type, the sample rate, all the good stuff. So here's the thing though, this doesn't actually solve the problem by itself, because you would be recording Skype and you would still drown them out in the Skype call. So what you have to do is put your audio on separate channels, have your game audio here or here, but have your game audio on the left channel, your personal audio on this channel so that they're separate, and then you would have your Skype buddy record their audio and send that to you in a separate file. But either way, if you want to have them send in their file, or you can just record it straight through Skype, either way, it's up to you. Now, about the whole auxiliary/main one, you could, if you wanted to, set Voicemeeter aux input as default, the right channel, and then you could have Skype running on the left one, if you wanted to. Like I said, it doesn't matter which one you have set as default, so long as you have your secondary audio set to the opposite channel. So what I would do is set Voicemeeter auxiliary input as default, so that Bandicam would record anything that went over this channel. And because it's set as default, then game audio would play through that. So it would record the game audio, and then I could put the Skype audio on this left channel, tell this cassette tape to record that channel exclusively, and this channel we wouldn't have to do anything with that because it doesn't run on either of these 2 channels. Also, as a separate note, the cassette player will record anything that runs over these channels, regardless of whether or not A1 is selected or B2, or even if they're muted. And now real quick, a little tip on how I get all this audio in sync after I've recorded it. What I do is, while I'm in a game, or anywhere really, what I do is once I'm in the game, I start my personal audio, that is my microphone, and then start the game recording. And what I do is I smack the space bar to jump in the game. That way the sound of the space bar will go into my microphone, and I can line up that noise with the jumping in the game, so that I have my personal mic audio synced with the game. As for your buddy's Skype audio, you'll just have to time that off of your own conversation and your own personal audio. So then, I hope this video was helpful and not too convoluted. If you have any questions, feel free to leave them in the comment section below, and I'll be happy to get to them as soon as I can, or maybe even just make a whole nother video to show you any nuances you may want to know about. In the interim, I've been Rainerius, and I will see you in the next video. Ciao.